Today we are very honored to have with us Mr. Brian, the director in the Chinese mainland of Hong Kong Trade Development Council, to talk about trade and economic development between Hong Kong and the Chinese mainland in the past 15 years. Thanks for meeting us, Mr. Brian.
You're welcome.
So Hong Kong right now is the fifth trade partner with the Chinese mainland. And back in 1997, the total export and import figure stood at about $50.77 billion US dollars. The figure was about $217 billion US dollars in last year. So how do you evaluate Hong Kong's trade and economic development in the past 15 years?
Yeah, we have a very big growth of our trade and also our economic performance. I think it's much due to the growing of the China market, because the mainland market has grown tremendously in the past 10 to 15 years. And Hong Kong, being the gateway of our country, has benefited, and we can capture the opportunities, and also our trade and our economic activities are much more than before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as a director in the Chinese mainland of HKTDC, what do you think is the biggest challenge in promoting trade and economic development between Hong Kong and the Chinese mainland?
Yes, there are opportunities. Of course, there are also challenges. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest challenges is that our country is a very, very big country. We have different regions and different practice, different culture, mm-hmm. and different different preference of the consumers. So for developing the mainland market for our Hong Kong services and also products, we have to learn different markets, and also we have to put much effort and devote ourselves to the markets. So it's not easy, but the market is, of course, has big potential. Mm-hmm. So therefore, we always encourage Hong Kong companies to develop the mainland market.
Mm-hmm. Could you please tell us what concrete measures have been taken to overcome this challenge?
Yes, the council has 11 offices in the mainland, mm-hmm. Including those in the south, like Guangzhou and also Shenzhen, and mm-hmm. also up to Shanghai, and also to Beijing and Dalian, etc. along the coast. We also have offices in central and western region. Like we have office in Wuhan and Chengdu, and also we have one in Xi'an, that can enable us to help Hong Kong companies to penetrate into different regions.
So could you tell us briefly about what HKTDC's role is, and how does it work to help promote trade and economic development?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Our mission is to help Hong Kong companies to develop overseas and the mainland market. We help promote Hong Kong's trade, both product trade and trade in services. And over the years, we have been helping a lot of Hong Kong companies to enter the China market, and for both products and services companies. For example, we organize trade exhibitions in the mainland, like Style Hong Kong exhibitions in many different cities over the past few years. We hold that kind of B2C exhibitions in Hangzhou, mm-hmm. in Jinan, Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Fuzhou, and many other places. That helps Hong Kong companies to sell their products in the mainland and also to test the markets. We also organize a lot of business matching activities to match Hong Kong companies with their potential partners in the mainland, so that they can have in-depth discussion for their business, and they will cooperate later. And we also organize a business mission from Hong Kong to the mainland. We visit many different places. Some are for Hong Kong service companies to explore different markets, and some for product companies.
Okay, so over the past 15 years, we know that a number of initiatives have been started to boost the economic development of Hong Kong. For instance, in 2003, the Individual Visit Scheme. In 2004, the SEPA, Closer Economic Partnership Agreement. And also in 2006, about the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme. So how do you comment on these policies?
Yeah, there's very good policies that can help to bring a closer relationship between Hong Kong and the mainland, and the companies of both sides, because of these measures, have a lot of cooperation that can facilitate them to work together. The SEPA scheme can help more Hong Kong companies, particularly services companies, to enter the China market with a lower threshold, easier for them to set up in the mainland, and also the free travelers arrangement that can enable more mainland visitors, consumers, to go Hong Kong, and they can spend the holidays there. And that's good for Hong Kong's economy and good for Hong Kong's tourism industry.
Okay, so you also once remarked that HKTDC is committed to helping those mainland small and medium-sized enterprises to go to the international market via Hong Kong's market. So what kind of concrete measures have been taken to enable them to go abroad?
Yes. In recent years, we are thinking about helping mainland companies to go international.
Yeah.
And because right now, our the companies in our country are growing bigger and stronger, and because China also a member of the WTO, and we have a lot of overseas investment coming to invest in China. By the same token, our companies can also invest in other places, so that Hong Kong can can also play a role in this. And Hong Kong firstly, Hong Kong as a international service platform can help mainland companies as a stepping stone to go to the overseas. Say, for example, mainland companies can use Hong Kong as a trading hub to sell their products to overseas. Secondly, mainland companies can use Hong Kong services, such as financial services and other professional services, to invest in overseas countries. We help to bridge the mainland companies with the overseas companies to work together. Because, as you know, Hong Kong is an international business platform, and we have a lot of good service companies like banks, lawyers, accountants, management consultants, etc. that can facilitate mainland companies to go international, to go to overseas.
Okay, thank you. So do you have any specific suggestions for those small and medium-sized enterprises in the Chinese mainland?
Yes. I suggest they can work with Hong Kong companies. Together, they can both develop the mainland and also the overseas market. Because most of the companies in Hong Kong are SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, and they are very active. They are vibrant, and there are also many talents working in those medium and small companies, and also our companies know the mainland market very well. We are same Chinese, we are same culture, so that's easy for us to work together, and then we can build up a strong team.
Okay, so the last question. Before you officially come to work in Beijing, have you ever been to the mainland? When was your first trip here, and what impressed you most at that time?
By the way, I used to work in Beijing in our council's Beijing offices from 1994 to 1996.
Okay.
I was working in Beijing before, and of course, that's a long time ago, 17 or 18 years ago. Of course, there are much changes. At that time, there are not many very good restaurants, 5-star hotels, fewer 5-star hotels than now, and also the traffic is not as busy as now.
Yeah. So, do you enjoy living in Beijing right now?
Yes, sure. Beijing is, in fact, it's a very good large metropolitan in the world. You can get everything here in Beijing. Like you can buy any things both from imported goods or those made domestically, and you can have different kind of cuisine. There are many restaurants serving different kinds of foods, not only those in China but also overseas food like French, Japanese, etc. You can name it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us in our program. Okay, thank you.